With myViewBoard Manager, we can easily broadcast web pages to our ViewSonic panels. For example, if I wanted to broadcast google.com, I could just post it up here. But let's get a little more creative. Let's talk about Google Slides and YouTube videos. Now, if you want to do a Google Slides presentation, we need to publish it first. So here's how we do it. What we're going to do is we're going to go to our Google Slides presentation that we've already built. We're going to go to File, we're going to go to Share, and we're going to say Publish to Web. Now, this is where we can configure what the slides presentation is going to do. For example, how often does the slide auto advance? We want to make sure the Start Slideshow button is selected, or it'll just sit there on the first page. And if you want it to loop, I suggest selecting Restart the presentation. Now from here, we click the Publish button. It will warn you, hey, you're about to publish this. It is public, so make sure you don't put any personal information on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to copy this URL that Google's created. Now let's go over to myViewBoard Manager. Now remember, when we're broadcasting to boards, we can select individual boards or we can select groups of boards. For this, we're just going to select one, which is already selected. It's the one behind me. We're going to then go to our broadcast button and we're going to choose web page. This is where we're going to paste that URL that we just got from Google. Now, you'll notice that we can run this continuously or for a custom amount, and we can also forbid users from disabling the presentation. So I'm not going to select that, and you'll see when I don't select that anytime a user can X out of the presentation. So we're going to go ahead and hit OK. And what you're going to see here is the Google Slides presentation loads. It's full screen, and it starts auto advancing my slides. There's also an X back here. Now, we added a YouTube video to this presentation. So you'll see here that any embedded YouTube videos, if you configure them to autoplay, will go ahead and start auto playing as well in the Google Slides presentation. When this slide is up and the video is finished, it will then auto advance to the next slide. And if you chose to loop this presentation, it'll keep looping. And again, there's that X in the top right corner. So this allows the user to X out of it or cancel the presentation. So that's how you do Google Slides. What about YouTube videos? So it's pretty straightforward. The first thing you need to do is find your YouTube video, and we're going to choose the Share and Copy URL button. We're going to go back into Manager, select our board or group of boards, and choose Broadcast Web Page. Paste in that URL, but we need to modify this URL. It's not going to work directly this way. So first things first, let's get rid of that U2.be URL shortener. It needs to be youtube.com. This is very important. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a slash and then embed. Notice it's youtube.com/embed/ the video ID. That embed language tells the video to broadcast full screen. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a question mark autoplay equals 1. So the question mark autoplay equals 1 tells the video to start automatically. Now, YouTube has a few of these commands that you can use. So there's autoplay equals 1, there's loop equals 1, which allows us to loop, and then there's T equals, and then whatever number of seconds for time, because you can actually start the video at a certain amount of time. Now, the important thing to remember is that each of these commands needs to, one, start with a question mark. And if you're going to link multiple of these commands together, you need to put an and sign in between. So in this example, we're going to do autoplay equals 1 and question mark loop equals 1. So again, the command starts with a question mark, and if you're going to loop or link together multiples, put that and. Choose the duration, or you can choose a custom time. You can also decide if you want your users to be able to disable the video or not. Hit OK, and you'll see here behind me that video is going to be full screen. It's going to autoplay. Now I have the volume turned down, but the volume would also be coming through. And then as soon as this video is finished, it's going to loop again because we told it to loop, and that will keep running until you X out of it in the broadcast, or if you decided for that broadcast to end after a certain amount of time, it will automatically stop. So there you have it. You can broadcast a simple web page. You can also do Google Slides and YouTube videos. Just make sure you pay attention to those code details that you add to the URL to really maximize your broadcast.